What is up, YouTube Galaxy here, bringing you part 2 of 3 in this Super Monday Night Combat game. This is my first commentary with Megabeth, and as such, I am going over every aspect about this relatively new pro that I can. I mean, she's not like new at this point, but you know, new enough to be considered new, in my opinion at least. So in the last episode, we went over her two weapons, the Rocket Man, which I think is just absolutely amazing, and it just destroys everything. Great splash damage, just a beautiful weapon, does a ton of damage against bots. I mean, just look at that. Oh, so good. And then her secondary weapon, the Bearing Hates, which ricochets and does pretty low damage, and so it's pretty situational and just pales in comparison to the greatness of the rocket launcher. But anyway, in this part, we're not here to talk about the weapons, we are here to talk about her skills. Megabeth's shift skill is the Derby Disco, in which she throws this little blue disc that ricochets off walls, and it'll, oh, there it is, I just fired it right there. It'll ricochet off walls as many times until it hits something, or, well, it might have a cap on the amount of times it can ricochet, but it bounces off walls a lot, so that's never really an issue. It does a little bit of damage, nothing like significant, but nothing really to just scoff at either. But its main ability is that it is a stun maneuver. It will completely stun any bot that it lands. I'm not sure about Jack bots, but definitely any of the other bots. And it will slow down any pros that it hits. So this kind of may seem good because in like concept, you can slow down pros. As you can see right there, as I use it again, it has a very small. It's a very small disc. It doesn't do area of effect damage, so you're only going to be hitting one thing with it. And if you are throwing a disc at the assault and you happen to hit like the slim bot next to him, you know, tough luck. It's not something to rely on, though. As you can see there, what I like to do with it is kind of just spam it in the general direction and hope for the best. I really don't think it's that useful. The only reason I'm upgrading it in this game was because I really didn't know how to play Megabeth. Again, this was my first game. I personally would not upgrade it. I think all of her other skills are just much better and more important to upgrade than the Derby Disco, which, again, isn't a horrible skill in and of itself. It's just outclassed by her other two skills, and of course, offense, defense is important as always, with no matter what class you're in. So her second skill is the Whirlwind Derby, was it? Whirling Dervish, excuse me. When Megabeth activates the Whirling Dervish, she'll spin around on one skate and, you know, have her other leg out so that she does area of effect damage to everything within the circle. You'll see me use it sometime in this video. But anyway, the Whirling Dervish does pretty awesome damage towards bot, not necessarily per hit because of the sheer number of times you can hit them if you're close to them. So this makes it really good for clearing out large areas of bots. And excuse me. And so if you're not under attack by a pro and there's just a mass of bots that need killing, Whirling Dervish is definitely the way to go. It does really good work at demolishing bots, and it's not restricted to being a pure bot destruction tool either. It's also pretty effective against pros. It does pretty decent damage. Its main use is as against pros would probably be like a panic, just like a panic option if an assassin or Captain Sparky or whatever just, oh, here's the Whirling Dervish, spinning, spinning, spin. So awesome. But it's really good as a panic move if, say, Captain Sparky or an assassin or one of those commando classes kind of sneaks up on you. If you use the Whirling Dervish, they have to melee to damage you, but if you're using the Whirling Dervish, they can't melee you, otherwise they will get hit. So it's really good to just scare them off. You'll see me do that. I don't think in this part, I think in the next part against Captain Sparky, and it actually leads to one of my kills. So that's really one of its big uses. But another really good use of it is to get away, because again, when you're using the Whirling Dervish, people will tend to back off because they don't want to get damaged by it. And right here I'm just going for the massive coins that was left by the Annihilator. But like I said, a lot of people don't Yeah, shoot. Anyway, a lot of people will back off when they see you use the whirling dervish, so you can kind of use that to get away. And also your speed is increased while you're using the attack, so it's really good to run away if your shoot the moon is still recharging, which, considering it has a very long recharge time, it might be if you get, caught with your pants down, for a lack of a better phrase. So it's really got to be, though, in my opinion, Megabeth's most versatile skill, because you can use it offensively, defensively, against pros, against bots to run away. It just has so many uses and is really worth upgrading. Another interesting point about it is that it is a toggle ability. Right here. That was such a wasted juice. I don't know how I didn't kill anything. I mean, I should have, because there were so many of them, but, anyway, where was I? Offensive, defensive, runaway. Yeah, whirling dervish. Okay, yeah, I completely lost my place, so we'll just go with that. Whirling dervish, very versatile. Yes, toggle. Worth upgrading, but it can be toggled. You don't need to use it for the entire duration of the skill. You can actually cut it short if you want, which again makes it very useful. And her final skill, here's the whirling dervish again. Perfect example of when to use it against bots. No pros were nearby, and I just took out all of them. So awesome. Her final skill is the shoot the moon, which is really her pure runaway skill. It makes Megabeth move much faster on the battlefield, and you can really, it'll give you an initial launch away, and then it'll continue to speed you up for a while, so it's extremely good for getting the hell out of someplace, which I think you'll see me use right here. Yep, there we go. And I'm out of the fight before they even realized that I was there. It's really useful skill. Again, upgrade it, because that is your main runaway skill, not the whirling dervish, because you move much faster with the shoot the moon. It's much more effective at running away. So yeah, that's all of Megabeth's skills. The episode's kind of coming to a close, so I'm not going to get into the next part that I wanted to, but that's why we still have a whole nother third part. It's a shortened part nonetheless, but it is a part. Wait, wow. Okay, that was horribly worded. It is a shortened part, but it is another part nonetheless. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode featuring Megabeth and her legit rocket launcher, whirling dervish, amazing skills of super awesome, and Galaxy out. Enjoy the rest of the game.